Hello everyone, welcome to day 29th of December Lead Code Challenge, and I hope all of you are having a great time. We are just 2 days away from completing this challenge, and I hope everyone is following along. Without much ado, let's quickly talk about today's question. Today's question is populating right pointers in each node. Here in this question, we are given a perfect binary tree. Along with the regular structure of each node of a binary tree, there's another pointer, right pointer. We need to appropriately build this right pointer. How? Let's walk through one example. Here we are given a perfect binary tree, and one's right should point to null because there is no node to its right. Two's right should point to 3, three's right should point to null, 4 right should point to 5, 5 right should point to 6, 6 right should point to 7, and 7 right should point to null. And this is depicted over here in a diagrammatic form. Without much ado, let's quickly walk through the presentation that I have created for this. I'll be explaining about this question as well as the algorithm to follow in the PPT. As usual, let's create a BFS queue, and we will be using, as usual, we'll use a queue for the BFS traversal, and we will keep track of the previous node that we have seen at a particular level using a global variable. So this points to the previous variable that you have visited at a particular level, and this is a regular BFS queue. So let's start the iteration. We have the first node as 1. So 1 gets added into the queue, and the previous node by default initially is set to null. And what do we do next? We pull out this element from the queue. This gets pulled out. Now we will set the head.write to the previous value. Head.write will point to null. We have set 1.write to point to null. All good so far. What else we are going to do? We'll add its children into the queue. And in which order we'll add? We'll add the rightmost node first, followed by the left node. So 3 gets added before 2. Now we are done. We'll also update the previous node to 1. We'll also observe that we are done with the iteration at the 0th level. That means what we are going to do, we'll reset the previous node back to null. So the previous node gets reset back to null. Now let's again start the iteration. For the level 1, this node gets pulled out, the third node gets pulled out, and what we'll do, we'll set its right pointer to the previous node. What is the previous node? The previous node right now is null. So 3.null, 3.right gets set to null. Also, what we are going to do, we'll add its children into the queue. Which node are we going to add first? We'll add the rightmost node first, followed by the left one. So 7 gets added first, followed by 6. Along with this, we will update the previous node from null to 3 because we just saw 3 in the iteration. So now previous node holds a value 3. Let's proceed ahead. Next, what we are going to do, we'll pull out elements from the queue, and 2 gets pulled out. What we will do, we'll set 2's.write to the previous node. So 2.write gets pointed to 3 because previous node right now has a value 3. All good, pretty awesome so far. What we're going to do next, we'll add elements into the queue. So which node gets added first? 5 gets added, followed by 4. We also observe that this is the end of the traversal at a particular level. We'll reset the previous node back to null. So previous node gets set to null for the next level iteration. Let's start the process. Next we see is 7. 7 gets pulled out. 7.write will point to the previous node, which is null. Also, what we are going to do, we'll add its children into the queue. There are no children of 7. We'll not add anything into the queue. Along with this, we'll update the previous node to 7 for the next iteration, and this element is gone. Let's proceed ahead. Next, we'll pull out 6 from the queue. Now 6.write will point to 7. 6.write will point to 7. So far, so good. Along with this, we'll make an insertion for its children. There are no children of 6, so we will simply delete this node from the queue. This is gone. We'll also update the previous node to 6. Let's proceed ahead. Next, pull out 5 from the queue. 5 also doesn't have any children. We'll not do any insertion. 5.write will point to 6. So 5.write will point to 6. We'll replace the previous node to 5 for the next iteration. What we see next as 4. So 4.write will now point to 5. 4.write will now point to 5. and we will simply delete this node from the queue. There are no children of 4. We are done with the iteration at the second level as well. There are no more elements left. We are all good. We have set all the pointers appropriately. The time complexity of this approach is equal to order of n, where n signifies the number of nodes present in the binary tree. Also, the space complexity is equal to log n. Why log n? Because it is equal to the depth of the tree. Now let's quickly walk through the coding section where I'll exactly do the same steps as I've talked here. If my root happens to be null, I simply return null. Otherwise, I go and create the queue for the BFS traversal. As a default case, I go and add the root of the tree to the queue. While my queue is not empty, what do? I extract the size. Typical way of writing the BFS traversal. I create a node named previous, and while my size minus minus is greater than 0, I pull out the topmost element from the queue. Head.next points to the previous node. Previous is equal to head, and I make these insertions. I insert the right node first over the left one. Head.right, in case it's not equal to null, I simply go and add it to the queue. If my head.left is not equal to null, I simply go ahead and add it to the queue. Once I'm done with this iteration, I simply return the root of the tree. So let's try this up. Accepted. It's 61 times faster, which is pretty good. The time complexity is order of n, where n signifies the number of nodes present in the queue, present in the tree, because we are iterating over each node only once. Number of nodes in tree, and space complexity is equal to the depth of the tree, which is nothing but equal to log n. This brings me to the end of today's challenge. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to it. Thanks for viewing it. Have a great day ahead and stay tuned for more updates from Coding Decoded. I'll see you tomorrow with another fresh question. But till then, goodbye.